So we're just going to recap that. If K, our scale factor, if K is larger, greater than sign 1, our image gets bigger. If K is equal to 1, it stays the same. It doesn't move anywhere, it doesn't grow or shrink. If K is between, so that's how we write between, 0 is bigger than K. Get the right way around. 0 is less than K is less than 1, so it sits between 0 and 1, then it gets smaller. So we learnt all that last period. So what happens if it's a negative? So this is when we start to talk about displacement. So we have a word called displacement, and what that means is from the starting position, where is the new place? So when we say that you're this far away from me, that's a displacement in a positive. Displacement in a negative would be going backwards. So if we have a look at K equals negative 2, all right, of this square here. All right, so I'm just going to square that's one square away. This is my centre. I'm going to put a couple of points on here. The 2 part of this K tells me that it's going to get 2 times as big. Yep, bigger. The negative says instead of going towards the shape, instead of it being over here, it's going to reflect over here. So that means if we were to draw the lines on it, so if I was to go and get a ruler, preferably, and I want to know where this point is, then it's going to go through 0 twice as far on the other side. This one's going to be twice as far, so 4 away on the other side. All right? I don't really need to do much more than that because I can work it out. B is going to be over here somewhere, and my squares are telling me that it's going to be square, and therefore sitting over here. So my negative image is going to be on the opposite side of 0. Okay, so if it was a half, it would have got half as big. So I can draw that for that same square. So if I do K equals negative half, it's going to get half as big on the other side. So it's going to go to there. 4 is going to become 1. I'm going to have a little square here that's half as big with A double dash here and B double dash here. All right, so it would go through. Always an image point, 0, and the original will be on the same line. All right, no matter what we're doing. Okay, so that's the one part. Second part is how to find the centre and the scale factor. All right, so if just randomly I've got a rectangle here and a proportionally correct rectangle here, what do I need to know before I can do anything else? William?
Which one's the image?
Which one's the image would be really good, and which points are related. So if I say this is A and this is A, then the centre is going to be where? If I say this is A and this is A dash, then the centre's got to be on this line. So we need to know what they are. So I'm going to say that this is B and this is B dash. This is C and this is C dash. I need a ruler in order to actually find this out, because I need to grab my ruler and I need to draw the line that these are on. So I want to put my ruler on the page and I want to zoom outwards like this and go, yep, all right, it's there with my ruler. Okay, those two have to be on the same line, and 0, the centre, now has to be on that line too. I don't know where, got no squares to work it out, but if I do the same thing with another point, I'm going to pick, because C's so hard, I could pick C, I'm going to pick this point because I can. If I pick this point and do the same thing, right, and I go, right, that is 0. Wherever those 2 points cross, that's where the centre is. If I had labelled these differently, and I had called this the dashes, and this is the original, I'd still have a centre up there. All right? Still, but we would have enlarged. In this case, we've enlarged by a little factor. This one getting bigger, still out here. But if this had been A and this had been A dash, then my centre is going to be somewhere in the middle here. So you've got to make sure that you read. Let's have a look at it. Let's do it. Same picture. All right. If I said that this is A, this is A dash, this is B, and this is B dash, when I join them up, I've got this one and this one. Now my centre is here. Right, so you've got to make sure you're joining the right ones up. Same diagram, just labelled slightly differently. So how do I know what the scale factor is? There's a rule. And the rule says that K will equal image over original. All right? So if we look at this one, if I've got that this is, I don't know, 5 squares, 4 squares, let's make it 4 squares and this one 2, then K in the top one is image 2 over original 4, which is the same as what? What's 2 over 4 the same as? Taylor? 1 over 2. Good. All right, so the scale factor in this one here was a half, and they're on the same side as 0, so it's positive. This one, 4, 2, all right, image is going to be 4 this time, and the original is going to be 2. What is 4 over 2? Emma? Good. Let's have hands up, guys. But this time we've got to remember that the image is on the opposite side. So because it's on the opposite side, we have to add the negative. All right, so it's negative 2. That's the rules on how to find the centre and how to find the scale factor in enlargement.